Hello, everyone. This is Yonks with Web3 Freedom Club, and super excited. We're actually getting ready to start. This is our very first working group here, and for the American-made Solar Prize, we have some history with this ourselves. Not going to go into details what that looks like here today, but the takeaway is that we hosted 12 working groups in a less polished manner than we're hoping to do these in here. So welcome, and we've got Tyler, myself, Amy, and also I see that the good Sam is joining us as well. So welcome and happy Sunday, everybody, for, like I said, our very, very first working group. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take off the video thumbnail that I created. We love building in public, and one of the tools that we use for building in public is Notion. And I would have liked to, I'm going to be completely honest, I would have liked to got a little bit more agenda than we did here. But one of the things that we're working on a deadline here, and the deadline is that there's literally 4.2 million prize money available. And for those that aren't familiar, there's a big difference between grant money and prize money as far as the hoops that you have to jump through. This is largely a U.S. Department of Energy project. And I'm going to go ahead and hop right over here. This is the project page. And I'm going to go, let me see if I can find the YouTube link that we're on. I don't know if I'm even going to worry about that right now. And that's something that we'll get better at here as the working groups unfold. But the Solar Prize round 7, let me make this a little bit bigger. We, the three of us, and then Sam is new to the project here for this time, and we're looking forward to having more people. And that's one of the things that we love doing is we biddle in public. Biddle is a throwback to some Ethereum culture, and we love this format that we use here. And this is one of the things that we'll probably shift over next week to Zoom. And depending on how people's timeframes are, this is one that we've had a solid history using on a Sunday afternoon here from a US perspective has worked very well. But anyway, we talked a little bit about doing this project during the Retoken DAO 2-year anniversary live stream that we just held a couple days ago. And this is one of the things that was kind of a motivator for me, is that this is the countdown timer as far as the time that we have to create a submission. So let's go ahead and go back to our agenda here real quick. So one of the things, and this is why that I like having an agenda, I'll be creating a video here within this next week to amplify the opportunity for additional people to join, participate in our working group and our team here, because we love utilizing Web3 technology to work on worthwhile projects. And we'll talk about the project that we've been working on for a while. And this is a substantially different business model that we put forward in our 2021 team submission that we submitted under Retoken, the real estate DAO. But I'm gonna stop talking here and see if Amy or Tyler wants to chime in on any thoughts before we go through the process of and actually register as a team.
I'm excited about this. I think it's a great project, and I'm excited to have Sam on board, give us some fresh perspective on what we're doing. So yeah, it'll be great.
You got any thoughts for us?
I just want
Go ahead, Amy.
to say good afternoon, good evening again, wherever you are. But welcome, Sam. I don't know if I met you before, but we are open to all contributions. So feel free to contribute. Thank you.
And I don't know if you wanted to chime in and say any initial thoughts, Sam, or not, but this is a quick opportunity here.
All right. Nice meeting everyone. My name is Sam, and I'm from Nigeria. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So, like I said, my name is Sam, and I'm from Nigeria. And I've been in crypto for the past 6 years or thereabouts. And I've worked with different projects as community manager, moderator. So, in that capacity, it has exposed me to a lot of community building, growth, and sustaining community at a large, a Web3 community at a large, and helping projects, to run the community after building. So uh, I was opportune to meet Tyler some couple of days ago, and she introduced what the team is all about, what you guys are trying to build. So I'm just trying to, still wrap my head around the whole chain process of what the team is trying to achieve, the time frame, and where the team is coming from. So that's where I am right now at this stage.
Absolutely love that. Thank you so much. And looking forward to hearing some fresh perspectives on things. And we'll be talking a lot about how that we're going to be using tokens to actually do a proof of contribution model here for people that will be contributing here, because we're wanting to run this working group at least on a weekly basis, and we may as the deadline approaches, depending on how close or how ready that we feel that we have our entry solidified. And we'll actually also be talking about, because regardless of what happens here with the American Made Challenge Solar Prize Round 7, the three of us, Tyler, myself, and Amy, we're actually the co-founders of Web3 Freedom Club, as well as Retoken, the real estate DAO. And right now we're planning to do a quad co-op security token offering for Colorado in 2024 of Q1. So that's one of the things that we're really looking to do in tandem with doing a winning submission here, is to finalize the collateral that's needed for this quad. Quad is in 4 security token offerings. And when I say security token offering, we're looking to utilize here in the US, and this is going to be an offering to launch Colorado, this quad cooperative model that will really finalize here during this American Made Challenge for Solar Prize Round 7. But as I was saying, regardless of what happens with that, we are absolutely planning to bring to market a security token offering. And when I say 4, we're looking to raise 4 buckets via regulation crowdfunding of up to 5 million, which is the allowed limit here in the US for a regulation crowdfunding offering. So again, regardless of what happens, that's one of the things. And we'll talk about how that we're going to use social tokens and provide that as a mechanism for incentivizing contribution here during the Hero X Challenge. We're actually looking to use the social tokens that will segue into the security tokens. And of course, this is all open for finalization for legal counsel that hasn't been brought forward. So anyway, we'll talk more about that. But I'm going to go ahead and I've been on this screen right here. I'm hoping that the solve this challenge is where we actually submit. So I'm going to just go through this process and please sign up to compete in Solar Prize Round 7. So let's go ahead. We do not have an account here, and I think I'm gonna just do a sign in with Google, because we do have a Google account for Web3 Freedom Club. And one of the things that we're looking to do here this next week is we literally just launched Web3 Freedom Club as a Wyoming DAO on July the 7th. And I'll show you here in a little bit our DAO portal that we used for creating our initial social token for Web3 Freedom Club, which is one of the tokens that we'll be utilizing in our proof of contribution for the basically like, and the thing that I love thinking of a good way to think about it is a way of keeping a score. And that's one of the things. First, you need to register to compete. So register to compete. So here's and I'll open this here and the official rules and some tabs. We can go through that later. We'll go ahead and do the accept. Yes, I want to create my own team. And again, this is submitting as, because I'm going to go through after we get the team created, I'm going to go through and sign up personally as the, so let's see, who would like to invite to your team? I'm going to go ahead and put in myself here at gmail.com. And I accept the terms, continue. Yes, I want to set my team status as looking for teammates. And this is one of the things I was talking about. Like, I can't remember exactly how many people that we had that wanted to join our team that we did for Solar Prize Round 7. I think we had a group of probably 5 to 8 people that regularly participated in our working groups. But I'm going to go ahead and set looking for teammates right now. And team name, Web3 Freedom Club DAO presents Quad Co-op. So this is where we have the opportunity to create some team logo. For now, I'm hoping that this is something that can change. For now, I'm just going to upload the video thumbnail. And actually, I'm going to just do the POAP here. So I'm going to just upload the POAP that we created here. And like I said, hopefully we can change this later. Done. Introduce your team. We are building a decentralized Web3 solution for solar EV energy. And I think I've got this on a better page. Let me actually see if I've got something more copy and pastable somewhere else. So this is DWork. I can't remember if I put a good thing in here. Anyway, I'm sure that we can update this all later. So how do you like this team name? Web3 Freedom Club DAO presents Quad Co-op. And let me actually just bring in, because this is the link tree that we've got for Web3 Freedom Club. And that redirects right now from web3freedom.club. And here's the one that I created the other day for Quad Co-op. So this is kind of like the high level, and we'll go a lot more into details as we're creating this project to really flesh out these details. I don't know if we can change the team name later, but I'm happy with that. And equitable, affordable housing. So we're solving several huge problems here. Like Tyler and I, we've owned a Tesla now for over 5 years, and not once in the 5 years that we've been a Tesla owner have we sourced the energy for our Tesla from a renewable source. We are looking for thought leaders that can, looking for people wanting to learn free now technology useful thoughts. All right, your team has been created. You have successfully completed your registration to start your submission. Click on the begin entry. Well, we're definitely not at a point where we're ready to submit, do the entry, but this is something I'm going to take a screenshot, make this a little bit smaller here. Because while this is on video, I am a screenshot junkie, as Tyler could probably attest to. So let me see what it does when I click on the invite. And I'll throw the link in the Restream chat here for you all. Let me see what it looks like, because this is a... So that's what it looks like there. I'm going to go ahead and log in because I absolutely have an account from last time. Let me sign in. And this is a little pro tip here, everybody. This site, HeroX, allows two-factor authentication. And as you can see, I'm a firm believer of using two-factor authentication. So, and the great thing about this is that this code will expire shortly. So, and I probably got a join email too, but I'm going to just click on, first you need to register to complete this challenge, register to complete. Here's my competitor agreement, accept, join. I will be one of the core Web3 Freedom Club DAO. And team agreement, I wonder what this is. Let's see. So this might be an opportunity here. We can look at this later. Team agreement. So we are doing a team submission, and that's one of the things too that we're going to talk about here momentarily. Is we want to create some fair rules of engagement, and contribution, and stuff like that. But this is something that we are submitting as Web3 Freedom Club DAO, and like I said, we're going to be creating our own Web3 incentives for participating in this, because we love using Web3 tools as we work to create more democratic and meritocracy is the word that I was looking for there. So we're huge proponents of a meritocracy, utilizing like a proof of contribution model for doing that. So we've got our team submitted. All right. And you all can go through the process. We'll be, like I said, creating a better opportunity for really getting that all finalized and amplifying where we can get a solid submission here in the coming weeks. So anyway, let me get back to the agenda. I'm going to check this one off the list here. We created the team page, and let me see. I'm going to just throw in a link there for our team. Create bookmark, and I'm going to do this on our other page too. So this is the agenda page. This is something that we have a template for, and we'll be creating for all of our working groups. And this is something that I will personally commit to getting better at, as far as getting a more filled out agenda here for our upcoming working groups. So let me, and then this is the project page. This is, again, we love using Notion, and this is something that we'll be getting better at. And anyway, so since I'm on this page here, why join our HeroX team? Talked a little bit about this, learn Web3 DAO blockchain technology. We very much have a buildable in public ethos. I already talked a little bit about that. So here's what I was wanting to talk a little bit about that I alluded to, is that we love utilizing Web3 tools, and NFTs. We are huge fans of POAPs, and this is something that we're going to be like. This will actually be a POAP that everybody that's participating today will receive. And Amy is our POAP champion, and thank you, Amy, for all that you do behind the scenes to get that done. And that's something that we'll work together to kind of streamline, to make that easier for you as well, or maybe even teach some other people how to do. But this is a POAP that we'll be having for today's working group. And POAP is a proof of attendance protocol. There might be a better option in 2023. Like, one of the things that we're wanting to explore a little bit are soulbound tokens. But one of the things that I talked about is quad co-op. Quad is in 4. So let's talk about the 4 of these. So as I mentioned, we're really wanting to structure the efforts that we do here, not only to submit a winning entry to this Hero X American Made Challenge, but we're really wanting to finalize what is necessary to bring these decentralized autonomous organizations here in Colorado. Colorado is positioning itself as the Delaware for limited cooperative associations. There's a high degree of probability that we'll be utilizing that as a legal entity structure. But where I was going with this is that we're going to create 4 social tokens, and that's something that we may even just roll up our sleeves and do today if we agree that we want to move forward with that. But either way, between now and our next working group, we'll absolutely have that done. And the goal is to do 5 buckets of 10,000 tokens from each one of these Web3 Freedom Club. And let me actually just go back to the Web3 Freedom Club homepage, which right now we're hosting on Linktree, and make this a little bit bigger, because this is one of the things I was wanting to show over here is our DAO portal. This is something that I said we just launched on January the 7th, got some of our initial, or July the 7th, literally several weeks ago. Let me go ahead and open up this here. This is built on Polygon using the Web3 Freedom app. And you can see it's at app.aragon.org. And we also have our, let's see, let me go ahead and open that too, because we love doing best practices. One of the things that we created was a safe, I'll probably have to sign in to MetaMask. Let me get that done here real quick. Okay, my window. Nope, that's the wrong one. Safe. So the one that I was wanting to show is our one here for Web3 Freedom Club. And you can see I've got a few safes in, that's a longer story. So this is the one that we just created here the other day for our tokens. And I think the, let's see. So here's our, one of our NFTs. I thought I had the tokens in here, and I'm not sure if it's showing. Anyway, let me find where this was at. I don't know if it really matters. So one of the things that wanting to do is create a proposal to summarize, and we don't have the, I've got to find out here if Aragon supports a hybrid DAO governance, and I'm not really going to go into details on that, but this is one of the things that we're wanting to evaluate here, the Aragon app. It was super easy to create a token for the Web3 Freedom Club DAO, and that's something that I went through the process, like I said, on July the 7th. So again, the goal here is to set up some bounties and to create a fairly simple tokenomics model using proof of contribution. And it'll probably be a fairly similar proof of contribution model that we used for Retoken. That was something that we felt was fair, and it's something that I still feel pretty solid about, so that we can really democratically allocate these tokens to the people that participate in the coming weeks. But anyway, I've gone through a lot here. Is there any questions from anybody right now where we're at and this proof of contribution model that we're looking to provide to formalize people contributing here to our HeroX project?
I just joined the team. There was a weird link in the middle, but I just joined it. Amy and Sam, I don't know if you're able to do that yet or not, but we wanted to get everybody on it as soon as possible and start creating some social proof that we have a team.
Social proof is big. Thank you for chiming in on that, Tyler. And let me actually open up the email to see if I've got to approve the people that join here. So here's looking at the email. So here's the join request that we got for me. So I'm going to open up the read on HeroX. View details. Accept. I'm following both of us as the Web3 Freedom Club there, Tyler. I don't know if you saw that. So here's a capability. One of the things that I wanted to talk about real quick is, and let me go back here to the Web3, and this is something that I'm going to keep updated. I really enjoy Linktree, and until we get a more complete, and whether that's something that we look to really build here during this, as far as like Linktree is super easy, but it doesn't really provide that much depth of capabilities. And Web3 Freedom Club and this project, not even going to go into details as far as the vision surrounding Web3 Freedom Club. That will unfold a lot more here during this. But what I was wanting to show here is the project links. So I created the headline here and this is the summary of the project homepage. And then these are the links related to our project submission. For those that aren't familiar, refi is a hashtag in the crypto community that stands for regenerative finance. This is the epitome of a regenerative finance model. And one of the things that we're looking to do with the Quad Co-op security token offering, as I mentioned, is to raise upwards of 4 buckets of 5 million to really put some gasoline, some rocket fuel on this circular model that we'll be building out. And more importantly, but just to have a model that we can follow to launch other states. So what I was wanting to show here was the Hilo page. This is a project page on Hilo. A lot of Web3 projects, crypto projects, center their community building on Discord. I have a disdain for Discord. It doesn't have a great user experience and user interface, and that's something that we're committed to not subjecting people to, because we really believe that most of the people that will be building the future of Web3 and this technology infrastructure aren't in crypto yet and not having to subject them to an experience like Discord is one of our goals. Will we probably have some presence on Discord? We still have a retoken Discord server, and the answer to that is yes, but it will absolutely not be the centerpiece of building our community. And that's something that we'll talk more about, but this is the project page on Hilo. And the vision that I have for using this is really just to simplify some communications. Like, this is a post that I made yesterday. And slight apologies here, Sam, as far as the mix-up on the time. This was something that wanted to spend a little bit more time in the 11th hour today on finalizing some of our agenda. But this, again, like, created this countdown timer. And as we get and this is one of the things I think that we agreed. Do we want to use the same time slot next week, Tyler and Amy?
Sam, is this too late for you? I know it's probably, 10 p.m. or something like that over there?
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit late because it's just like an hour and 15 minutes before midnight.
We normally meet once a week until the deadline,
Okay.
but that is going to depend. We had originally planned this around church plus our kids' nap time, so
Okay.
we can offline. We'll just send out another scheduling tool, and let's just see if we can find something that works for you too, because we'd love to have you something that doesn't have you up super late. If we can find something that works for everybody.
All right. Okay. I think we can find a suitable time that was that will best fit for both sides.
Yeah, and here, I don't know if you've used Let Us Meet before, but this is the tool that we will use to coordinate our next working group. So I'll absolutely commit to getting a new one. And why don't I just do that right now? That's the whole purpose of these working groups, is to just get some stuff done. So let me just do our next one here.
By the way, Sam, our previous American-made Solar Prize entry is in GitHub. We are probably going to be using a similar format, but just with different content. So I don't know if you're interested in that. I'll send you the link on that. But we're going to be building this thing in Notion. I'll send you an invitation to the Notion page, and we just want to get really good at telling the story visually. We're thinking through having a short video that is more of an explanation. It might be just a traditional video. We were also thinking about Doodly or something similar. I don't know if you guys have seen those videos where the screen is drawing out pictures that somebody's telling a story. So we thought that might work. We're just looking at different tools right now and just seeing what makes sense.
Okay. Think of I was just competition. The winners did that made them outstanding. What won them the prize, the winning prize. So that we can just learn in another step into winning this time around. So I was about to ask for that, but since you said to be on what's it called, a Notion page, it sounds good. So I would likely go through it and make my own contribution from my end.
And let's see, I'm going to actually include the...
I've already joined the Hero X if you want to approve it.
I will. So here is the... Go ahead, Amy.
I was wondering if there's a post we could use on LinkedIn about Hero X. I don't know how do you want to, get people on board. But there's a lot of people, I guess, in the sustainability aspect in LinkedIn.
Yeah, and I don't know if we want to do because I would really like to create a 3-minute video maybe 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes video as far as like, just a short list of like joining the team that we could use to, and I'm going to struggle to keep it that short, but that's kind of my thoughts. And we still need, because like Web3 Freedom Club is so new, we haven't even created a LinkedIn like page yet, or company page for Web3 Freedom Club. And that's something that Tyler and I will commit to doing as well. We're going to be adding quite a bit of bounties here. I haven't even this is a project page, and I literally just created this earlier today. We love using dwork for doing decentralized task management and bounties, and that's something that we'll be getting more set up here today as well, while we're really looking to get some of the foundational tools in place so that we can more collaborate and contribute and whatnot for this. But let me go ahead and get this, because I think I just crash. Invite some join request. Accept. And I'm going to follow hero. All right,
And-
there we go. Go ahead, Amy.
And Sam, if you either have an email address or a wallet address, you can send me so I can forward the POAP to you when it's done. I'd appreciate it. I don't know how you can contact me either. I don't know how this restream send messages, or maybe Tyler can get that info since she has your info.
Mm, so okay, let me put it this way. What's the platform for internal communications for the Web3 Freedom Club DAO? What platform do you use for communication as a team?
We're all on Discord, but I will be the first to admit that I don't spend a lot of time on Discord. We have been doing most of our communications via an iMessage right now, but that was more just as the co-founders there. So this is something that we have the capability on Hilo. I'm really wanting to lean into utilizing Hilo here. And let me actually, because share this here in this Restream app too. My mouse is being uncooperative. So link to, I don't know if it's still on my clipboard, for our okay, yeah, it's still there. And I believe that there's messaging capabilities here on Hilo. So again, trying to use Hilo and seeing how that people like Hilo. I'm also on Discord. We can figure out what works the best. But like I said, right now we're leaning into using Hilo until we have. And anyway, we're wanting to build decentralized social, but that's not far enough along as far as a lot of people are building stuff on the decentralized social stuff, and that's another conversation. So how have you been communicating with Sam there, Tyler?
We were going on LinkedIn messaging, and that's another tool, Sam, that we use. I'll send you Amy and Jason's LinkedIn's if you want to add them. If we want to set up a new group message, or a group Discord message, or a group whatever kind of message works.
I mean, I think that LinkedIn would probably, I would prefer that, because like when I'm thinking about like getting quality people to contribute. I think that would be easier to just coalesce the communications. LinkedIn Messenger is fine with me. It's just, there's just so many options, and none of them are just fabulous. And I don't want to commit to spending more time on Discord in 2023. So I'm trying to spend less time on Discord, and I've been doing that pretty successfully in 2023 so far. And the link there, I just shared that on Hilo as well for the Let Us Meet. I'm going to get another screenshot of this where we've got our 4 people on our live stream that have joined the team. So love that. So one of the things too that I wanted to spend a little bit of conversation around so that we can think and research and bring some new ideas forward is right now, just to provide and let me go bring this on screen here for quad co-ops so that we'll have something that we can look at while I'm talking to quad co-ops. So there's 4 cooperatives in this quad co-op model that we're going to be creating our team submission surrounding. And there's an immediate opportunity for capitalizing 2 of these cooperatives. And let me actually find the infographic that I created the other day and bring that, because this shows a nice picture as well. And this is something that I'm wanting to create an updated version of for quad co-op, because this Tesla co-op is doesn't factor in all 4 cooperatives. So one of the things that we have an immediate opportunity to capitalize, and when I say capitalize, get the funding for, is a second Tesla. Tyler and I have a Tesla that I'm going to be the poster child of in this model. But right now we have another opportunity to capitalize, and we're wanting to look at some at potentially DeFi protocols for lending real world assets. Amy and I were on a Twitter space the other day. Goldfinch was one that was one of the participants in that, but we're wanting to acquire another Tesla, and this would functionally be the very first Tesla that would be in this flagship proof of concept for Tesla Co-op, the card cooperative, and then the amount that we're wanting to capitalize is $75,000, which would be to basically put one more, and we're looking for this particular Tesla, a 2019 used Tesla Model X performance. Not going to go into details as far as why that's a sweet spot, but I do believe that it is. The second opportunity is the solar EV, and that's one of the other micro cooperatives in this quad cooperative. So right now, as I mentioned, Tyler and I have been a Tesla owner for over 5 years, and not once in that time has our energy come from a renewable source. So this is the amount for the Tesla solar in the EV charging station is about 125,000. That's another micro cooperative. So we're wanting to see, research, investigate some potential asset partners that could capitalize these 2 micro cooperatives. Tyler and I have already had some conversations with traditional finance, and it didn't really look viable for there. And we're like, well, we're wanting to do this tokenized anyway. And I think that as an interim solution, and depending on what the rates that we can get for the financing of that, it may even support or add additional options as we're looking to ramp up and scale this quad cooperative model. So that's something that we can think of. And let me see Goldfinch DeFi. So this is, as I mentioned, Amy and I were on a Twitter space for goldfinch.finance, and this is something that I'm going to begin the conversations with, and it looks like that they've already got over 100 million of money within their protocol. So be interesting to see if this is a viable option, and there's a lot of players in the DeFi space that are wanting to create real world assets and on chain, and especially income producing real world assets, which is what we're going to be creating within this cooperative model. So that's let me add that to our next actions down below here on our agenda. Research potential DeFi partners for capitalizing our flagship proof of concept. Let's see, Tyler or Knox for questions. So that's the next action that I wanted to put on here. So let me check off some of this other stuff. So we've got our team page. I'm going to duplicate all 4 WG participants join our team. I'm going to make sure that I get this captured in the next action as well. One of the other things too that I thought would be fun to bring up here, let me see if I can find the tweet that I sent out, because I mentioned this a little bit before, was our governance model for Web3 Freedom Club. And let's see. It wasn't that long ago that I sent it. So here was the opportunity that we still have. And let me, I'm going to add this to setup, because this doesn't exist yet. This was something I was talking about. Determine if Paragon app supports hybrid DAO governance, i.e. ERC 20 tokens plus. So we're going to be using a combination within Web3 Freedom Club with a proof of membership that will be done via an ERC 721. And let me actually go ahead and go to the app.unlock protocol. I think that this is the lock address, and I probably am going to have to sign in here too to this MetaMask. So this is the proof of membership for Web3 Freedom Club. This is something that we love using, Unlock Protocol. One of the things that I was going to actually do that we had some side conversations about is that we're actually wanting to do a tri-level governance model for Web3 Freedom Club DAO. The DAO is going to be the anchor for this ecosystem that we're building out. And then we're going to have the stuff on a state-by-state basis. Like there's Web3 Freedom Club of Colorado. And again, the goal is to create this model that when we're ready to say, okay, like we've already had some conversations about Tennessee. That's where Amy is from. We're also personally interested in Tennessee for a lot of different reasons. One of which, true story, is that Tennessee was the second state to pass the DAO LLC regulation. But where I was going with this is we were actually planning to create a board of stewards NFT, and that'll be the tri-level governance. So we'll have the ERC20 tokens. That's going to be the proof of contribution, the proof of membership, which is the NFT that I'm showing right now. And as you can see, there's only one owner, which is, I believe, our hot wallet or our safe wallet. And that was actually one of the things that I was showing there. And I gotta see, I can't remember if the tokens are on here for, anyway, I'll figure that out later. So the other thing that was wanting to do is to create a new lock for our board of stewards. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. What do you want to achieve today? Organize. So network, Polygon, board of stewards. I'm going to actually call this board of stewards. I'm going to put unlimited. I'm going to change. So this is something that we have the opportunity to really decide. Right now, the thoughts are for the board of stewards is that whoever raises their hand and say, I want to be a leader of like a state or local level investment club or web club will be on the board of stewards. We can out. So there's members other. We love years ago creating for previous. Did we finally find unlock protocol, and we love the composability that it has within the ecosystem, and that's something that we think is only going to continue to amplify as well. So let's go ahead and, because one of the reasons that wanting to do this is right now we haven't distributed any tokens, and we're really wanting to create a proposal, our very first proposal that summarizes this, the economic incentive, because we're talking about distributing tokens. And that's one of the things that we love following some best practices around, where we want there to be we want this to be very transparent. We want this to be a fair launch as far as building this DAO. And then we want people to, but anyway, I'm not going to go into the philosophical stuff here. That will continue to unfold as we continue to have conversations. So I think a lot of this stuff can be changed later. Do you like Board of Stewards? So Board of Stewards is a concept that have borrowed from like Spork DAO. Spork DAO is the facilitator of Ethereum Denver, and Tyler and I are both Spork holders as far as the token that represents that. And then with the where I was going with that is that they're organized as a limited cooperative association as well. So this all looks good to me. And one of the things that I love about Unlock Protocol is how easy it is for creators, community builders, organizers, whatever the case may be, to create a NFT that represents their community, proof of membership, whatever the case here. So this is something that will create some processes surrounding, and that's something that we still have a lot of stuff to do, like getting some Web3 investment club stuff set up, and that's something that we may even build into the agenda for next week. And that's kind of like some of the secret sauce, if you will, within the sustainability of this. And this is, of course, all theoretical, and only time will tell. But Lock has successfully been deployed. Start managing it. So, Board of Stewards, Web3 Freedom Club DAO. So, congratulations. And I'm going to do an airdrop to myself, Tyler, and Amy. And then for the initial Board of Stewards. And then as we get more, because just to let you know, Sam, one of the things that we're looking to do is the three of us are also, the way that we're structuring our investment clubs, and as I mentioned, that's some of the secret sauce. There's still some opportunity, like to find a proof of contribution. Right now, we're contemplating. We had been looking at using Syndicate.io for a while, but they took their smart contract offline, and I think that Syndicate is going in a different direction regarding their smart contract. But right now we're contemplating on using Aragon. The question is if it supports a hybrid DAO model. Otherwise, we will probably use Snapshot. And this is something like here, vote.ret.team. This is our DAO governance snapshot portal for Retoken, the real estate DAO. That's where we have learned ourselves a lot of operational experience as far as setting up and creating a DAO and creating proposals and stuff like that. So anyway, want to take a break from talking here for a minute. So we just created our Board of Stewards NFT here for Web3 Freedom Club. And this is, again, something that I'm going to update. And let me go back to that tweet here real quick. Let me make this a little bit bigger here for everybody. So I'm actually going to change the verbiage a little bit because this was talking about a hybrid. It's still going to be a hybrid DAO governance model. Viewable. This is something that need to set up either from a redirect standpoint, but instead of just having the proof of membership, we're going to add the Board of Stewards, the proof of membership, and the proof of contribution. So the verbiage is going to slightly change with the addition of now a third smart contract and whatnot. But anyway, does that make sense? How did I explain that there, everybody?
Yes.
Awesome. And I don't. Oh, let me.
I'm sorry that you understand everything because it took me a minute before I understood everything before. So congratulations, you're part of the tribe.
Thank you.
Yeah, and like I don't know if there's like I said, a better solution as far as the proof of contribution. If we want to research that, but right now, looking at doing, it was such an easy experience with Aragon, and Aragon is not going anywhere as far as their stuff. This was a pretty long, I did quite a bit of stuff. This was a pretty good thread as far as setting up some of the stuff there for Web3 Freedom. And let me just actually open this because this is what I was looking at earlier or hoping to find. And I don't know if I was on the wrong safe, but I thought I did the drop for the tokens for the, anyway, I'll take a look and see where the tokens are at for Web3 Freedom Club. And one of the things that's an opportunity too is engaging, because I know that Unlock Protocol has And this is something that we've had conversation about. So this is another opportunity while potentially in tandem, because I like, we're going to be doing a lot of work here with what we're building for this Hero X submission, and the opportunity to, double dip or whatever through other projects. So like, as the following weeks unfold here, we're getting ready to flip over into August, but the opportunity to be on the lookout for where we could potentially, as a team, take what we're building here and submit it for other opportunities for funding within the ecosystem. And this is one of the things that right now we're planning on having Unlock Protocol be an integral part of what we're building, and for lots of different reasons why. But I do believe that they have some grant money available, and it's been a minute since that I've looked at that, but that's something that I'll take offline and look at here. Let me get back to the agenda, because I want to make sure that I get this next action created. So determine if Aragon app supports .DAO hybrid governance. Continue to be on the lookout for funding opportunities that we can submit Quad Co-op for additional funding. Because one of the things, just to be completely transparent, one of the ways, if we do win this prize, the Hero X American Made Solar Prize, or if we get funding from other things, the goal is to use the funding to launch our Quad Cooperative Security Token offering. And right now, don't have any expectation as far as what that cost will be, because we really haven't had the conversations with the security token platforms. Because like, just to provide a real quick, regarding, there's really three elements of a security token offering, or three registered organizations. There's the broker dealer, that who conducts the offering. There's the registered transfer agent, that who maintains the custody, because unfortunately the SEC doesn't recognize the public blockchain for chain of custody. And then there's the market, the exchanges, the ATS, alternative trading system, where that security token can be exchanged on the secondary market. And those are conversations that we're going to start having here in the coming weeks, so that we can really get our submission finalized. So one of the other things that I haven't really talked about here today is, and just to take a step back, what is Web3 Freedom Club? So Web3 Freedom Club is a community of financial freedom fighters. We believe that financial freedom is one of the most important freedoms for people to fight for in the 21st century. And one thing that I can promise you, if you're not fighting for your financial freedom, no one else is. So, and there's going to be two tools that we're going to be using to help our club members on their journey to financial freedom. The first one are investment clubs, and the second one is mastermind groups. And that's, again, the secret sauce that we're going to really build in to make this quad cooperative model sustainable and globally scalable. So the thoughts here is that with the investment clubs is that we still have the opportunity of finding a great proof of contribution model. So proof of contribution platform for managing Web3 investment club contributions, etc. Continue to explore viable proof of contribution solutions. Currently looking at using Aragon app, but there may be better solutions. And the thing is that a lot of this technology is pretty composable, so that it can be fairly easily changed. We had thought about right now, we're planning on, and I don't know even how much that I really alluded to. Oh, I love my hugs for my daughter. My Brooke just woke up from her nap and she had to give me a hug. So I don't know. I don't even, when I was going through and creating this lock here on Polygon, I didn't even spend that much time assessing on Polygon. One of the reasons that we're building on Polygon is that there's been the most tooling built for supporting DAOs on Polygon. That's something that we built, Retoken the real estate DAO on Polygon. I'd even contemplated exploring some other options here with the SEC case that they brought forward to Polygon here not too long ago, within the last 30 to 60 days. And at the end of the day, it's still the easiest, and this is one of the things that is going to be somewhat of a challenge for onboarding new members into this Web3 Investment Club framework that we're going to build within Web3 Freedom Club, is their contribution to the investment club. And it still seems that USDC is the easiest on Polygon for minimizing transaction cost and just the availability and stuff like that. So that was just kind of a decision that we made in evaluating if we felt that Polygon was still the right solution here in July going into August of 2023. And we still feel that it's the best solution for building most of the stuff there. So, and if there's more questions on that as the time unfolds, that's something that we'll try to get bubbled up in an FAQs page or something like that within Notion. So we've covered a lot of information here, got some stuff done, got some next actions between now and next week. I'm trying to think if there's really anything else that we should allocate for doing here in our working group, because I do want to be respectful of everybody's time. We do have 2 hours allocated for this working group, but I feel with how much stuff that we've covered, I don't know how much more that I want to go in with, because then it might. But anyway, what are your thoughts there, Amy and Sam? Tyler's probably going to be pretty preoccupied with Brooke here now that she's awake from her nap.
Yeah, I think from my own hand, you've shed a lot of light on what has been done in the past and what's we have at sight as our objectives. So one of the major highlights from your discussions was the name for the Web3 Freedom Club DAO. You asked whether that name is suitable or perhaps it's something we can deliberate on. So I don't know. I'm feeling, I'm thinking the name is a bit long. I don't know if there's a, yeah.
Are you talking Web3 Freedom Club DAO? This?
Yes, exactly.
I'm not gonna disagree that it is a little bit long. I don't know. Like, one of the things that we're wanting to grab is, and one of the things that I didn't really talk about yet, and this might be a good segue here, because like I don't know how much that. It'll probably be more commonly used Web3 Freedom. And this is actually something that we could potentially do here on our working group. Is I'm really liking the community tools that DID.ID has, because one of the real solutions that we need some scalability surrounding is with something basic like email. Because like, when you think of conducting a business, at least from our perspective here in the US, and unfortunately or fortunately, Tyler and I have a good amount of experience on micro entities. And there's really several things that you really need for managing the business on a day-to-day basis. And one of which is email. And we still don't have a great email solution for for the management and the scalability of these micro cooperatives. And I think that DID-ID combined with mailer, mail 3. I can't even remember what it is. I've got an account there that I don't use that much, but it's mail 3 app. Let me see, mail3.me. And that's one of the reasons, to go back to your concern there, Sam, is that we're really going to be leaning in on for our submission using quad co-op, as far as just simplifying the narrative. And that's kind of some thoughts on that. But the freedom is like a cornerstone aspect. One of the things that we're planning on doing here is creating a brand surrounding freedom from rent. In a lot of places, desirable places to live, rent continues to get increasingly out of reach for people. And that's one of the things that we're really, through this quad cooperative model, one of the goals is to create a better solution for equitable, affordable housing. And one of the things that we're wanting to do, as far as we're wanting to even replace rent as a definition, we're actually wanting people, instead of paying rent, we're wanting them to have a co-op contribution. So that's one of the things that we're going to be creating, and we're going to be leaning pretty hard into the freedom aspect. One of the things that I've contemplated and will probably do at some point is write a book on what I believe are the 4 freedoms. The foundational freedom, I believe, spiritual freedom, and then financial freedom is really a base layer that amplifies the ability to have location freedom and then time freedom. And that's what I believe are the 4 freedoms that exist, and most other things can get bucketed into those. But I don't know how much that Web3 Freedom Club will even play into. This is just kind of like the mothership, where, because there's going to be other things within the ecosystem that will be related. So that's kind of some thoughts on that. The white paper, and I haven't even talked about the white paper, but this is one of the things that we will be working on. Let me actually go ahead and bring that up real quick. Before I do that, I'm here at DID, and this is one of the things, Web3 Freedom, that we could actually complete on our working group here so that we could start experimenting. Let me see if I have enough Matic on this account to actually register. I don't, so I need to send some over here. Let me see what it is. So costs. Matic. So let me just send to Matic real quick here. And while I'm doing that, this is something that I had a side conversation with Tyler about, Amy, and I can't remember if we had you in the loop, but right now we have 4,000 Matic in from a previous contest, and thought about creating a proposal that where we could send like 1 Matic or something as a part of some onboarding process that we create with for Web3 Freedom Club. But we can take that conversation offline here. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and register web3freedom.bit, because the thoughts on this too is that this is potentially a community benefit. We're wanting Web3 Freedom Club to be a accessible, but we're also wanting to create an economic incentive. And right now we're planning on, and this is something that we'll be talking about, and I'm not sure how much that because it's somewhat related to the Hero X contest, but it isn't. And like I said, the sustainability probably is. But the thoughts with the .bit is the ability to have email accounts and have that as a benefit for community members, but then like from an operational standpoint, as far as managing these micro cooperatives, having some solution that we can put in place that isn't cost prohibitive and from a technology standpoint, not a hurdle to implement, because that's one of the big value propositions from, at least from an entrepreneur standpoint, is the ability to take composable technology. Like right there during this live stream, we created a NFT that will functionally provide a model for allowing leadership within Web3 Freedom Club, our board of stewards, to participate within the governance model, because we're going to be pretty tight with the circulation of the Web3 Freedom Club DAO tokens, and that's one of the things that will become increasingly evident as we build more stuff on a state-by-state dynamic. Like, while we're gearing the submission for this project, Web3 Freedom Club DAO presents Quad Co-op, it really considering this as a foundational cornerstone project. And one of the things that I didn't mention that's just kind of a quick housekeeping, one of the things that's used quite a bit within the DAO ecosystem today is the concept of seasons. And that's one of the things that we're absolutely going to embrace here. Season 1 is started on July the 1st. We actually didn't even launch Web3 Freedom Club as an official DAO until July the 7th. And this is functionally going to be, like I said, our cornerstone project of Season 1, which is 2023. Because this is something that I actually do myself, is look at some of the resources here for the Hero X Solar Prize. And I'll just bring that up on the Web3 Freedom Club Linktree. So the updates here, there's a very nice, and this is something that Amy watched, was the recording of this webinar, and this is something that I'm going to watch between now and our next one. There's also really good presentation slides so that we can become more familiar with the project and stuff like that. So that's some other useful information there. So let me see where this process is at. So we're still doing this, and this is the other one that wanting to do. Let me actually just, I'll do that offline. But another use case is with Tesla House. So we've got our flagship proof of concept, and I'm actually going to take some. Let me do that real quick here. Let me see if I can find the. I'm going to add this to the next action. So. Continue to create how to set up a Tesla house. Online presence. So where I'm going with this, like right now, the majority of the revenue for our flagship proof of concept Tesla House Co-op comes from Airbnb. There's opportunity. We're wanting to diversify our short-term rental revenue for Tesla House Co-op, our flagship proof of concept here in North Glen, and this is one of the opportunities that we have to build upon while we're like really finalizing this proof of concept, which is so that's the nice thing about this model is the project that we're submitting isn't just theoretical. This is something that we have an operational proof of concept in, and because one of the things that we're talking about doing, and I haven't even gone into details about this, because there's a lot of depth within this quad cooperative, as Tyler and Amy can attest to, that, and that's one of the things that we're really wanting to do during this project is take a lot of the stuff that's ideas and get it cemented. But let me finish this next action here, i.e. set up a Google business page, create social accounts, etc. And for anybody that's interested in getting better at social media management and want to get better at that, reach out to Tyler and I, because we have an unlimited amount of opportunities for that. And this is one of the things that we'll absolutely love to get better at, is creating where people like in a decentralized manner can contribute social media and stuff like that. And because I've even got some great ideas about like a car. Like one of the ways that we monetize our Teslas is driving the car around the local neighborhood and doing gig work like Uber and Lyft. And that was one of the things that I had up here a little bit, because this silhouette here for person A and person B, these are gig workers. They're going to be cooperatively sharing this income producing Tesla in this micro cooperative. And the Tesla car cooperative and the house cooperative are just two of the micro cooperatives in the quad cooperative model that we're going to be creating. So one of the other things that I haven't talked about yet here, and I'm going to go back real quick to the project page in Notion, and I don't think that I got to this, but top 5 project contributors will be named with U.S. Patent Office for the Quad Co-op and Tri-Level DAO governance business models, or methods, actually, because you can't patent a business model, but you can patent business methods. And that's one of the things that I really feel will add a lot of validity to our Quad Co-op security token offering, is that we can really figure out what will be necessary during this Hero X, the Solar Prize Round 7 submission that we'll be creating, where we can walk away the top contributors of this project. And if we end up having more contributors, this is absolutely something that's negotiable. I kind of like setting something where, create a potential fear of loss. And that's one of the things that we'll be using, like the POAP, and just, keeping track, and we'll have a pretty refined proof of contribution model where there won't be any question as far as the project contributors, who was contributing the most to the project and whatnot. But that's one of the other benefits that we're really excited for people to join our Hero X team. So that being said, anybody want to chime in some thoughts on this patent benefit?
I'm good with that. We can proceed with it.
Nice.
Do you kind of know how much money
congrats.
that will take?
No.
Do you know how much?
I don't. We've actually been having a conversation with a Web3 familiar attorney that is in that handles intellectual property as well as patent stuff. So one of the other things that we did get done here, and I just saw that this finally went through the process, is that we now have a Web3 Freedom.bit account that we can use in some manner for our community. And one of those may be like for people like our board of stewards, we may have where they can get like yonks.web3freedom.bit, and that could even have like email and other stuff like that. So I'll explore that a little bit. Let me bring open mine here so that you can all see, because this is I was playing around with the DID ID myself a little bit earlier, because I do have a yonks.bit as well. So this is what it looks like here. And if you open this URL, data.did.id/yonks.bit, this was me just playing around a little bit as far as like, and I haven't even got as far as some of the capabilities on the back end. But one of the other ones that was wanting to get, and like I said, I'll take that offline, is Tesla House. Tesla Co-op is actually a little short because they're only allowing the registration. DID.ID is currently only allowing the registration of 10 character or longer. So like Tesla Co-op is, and right here, this account has not been released. So the thoughts is Tesla House is 1 character longer, and it is available. And that's one that, like I said, I'm going to register that and start playing around with that in the operationalizing, using more scalable. Because right now we've been mostly using a Gmail account for the management of our proof of concept here in North Glen. And that's one of the things that we're really looking to create here, is a model that with this quad cooperative model, is that other people that want to raise their hand and say, hey, I love this, I would love to. And one of the things, and this is something that we've talked about a little bit, and this, I just wanted to talk about this because I don't know how many people are familiar with Google Trends, but this is an absolutely great tool for seeing what people are looking at. And one of the things that really had a revelation earlier this month is house hacking. And I actually went to the Badass REI meetup here in Denver. And there was 2 aspiring house hackers that were there at this, and REI is real estate investors. And that's something that I've been doing a lot of research and understanding in the last several years for real estate investing, because one of the goals that we're wanting to do is to democratize real estate investing. We believe that real estate globally is one of the best opportunities for hedging against inflation, especially like the US dollar is the global reserve currency. With how much the Federal Reserve here in the US printed money over the last several years has caused inflation, and that's had some global spillover for people that have been, saving via the US dollar. But anyway, house hacking. So this is something that I wasn't aware until earlier this month. And when we search for house hacking on the internet, and look here, Amy, Tennessee is on the upswing for search interest. That's pretty fabulous. So, and let's see, metro. Let's look at the metro areas. So here's some metros. Denver. When I looked at and I'm actually going to change this. This is just the past day. Let me actually do this over the past 12 months, because looking at the last day normally doesn't tell a very complete story. So this is what I was actually wanting to show you, is that Colorado is the #1 state where people have been looking for house hacking over the past year. And this is, of course, using Google. No worries. Thanks for participating, Sam. And we'll get you that Let Us Meet here so that we can get a better time for any people on a non-US basis for participating. So looking forward to your contribution, and have a great rest of your day there or night where you're at.
All right,
Have a
thank
good
you so
night,
much.
Sam. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
good night. Yeah, nice meeting you guys.
You as well. Have a good one. So yeah, I think that where we're at, and that's one of the things that we're really going to be leaning into, and not going to go into details as far as what that looks from a leaning into standpoint here. But we've already been on this live stream. I've been doing pretty good as far as capturing some of the stuff and getting some of the stuff filled in. So decisions, I'm going to add this. We created our board of stewards, Web3 Freedom Club DAO, unlock protocol NFT that needs to be airdropped. And I'll get you, Tyler and Amy, your NFT airdropped for that here after the live stream to one of the other things too that we really need to get done is, and I don't know how much that we want to do that here on the HeroX working group. We can take that offline from a conversation standpoint. As far as the investment club aspect, I think it's an important thing, but like I said, we can take that offline. But is there anything else that we need to capture as far as the decisions and next actions?
I don't have anything. I don't know if Tyler has anything.
Yeah, and I don't know if she's able to catch up with Brooke or not. Let's see, using. Well, I'm excited. We've got a lot of runway, and I mean, we absolutely have a much different operational experience base than when we went through this project for Solar Prize Round 5 2 years ago, and I think the model that we're looking to submit on is a much better model that will be a lot easier for people to really think, yeah, I could see this working, and not only see it working, but like I said, we actually have not a fully built out proof of concept because we still need to get 2 elements. But this is one of the things I'm looking forward to ramping up from a conversations standpoint. And that's one of the reasons that I thought about creating that Web3 Freedom.bit to see if we might want to utilize the email on that, because the more that we can see through operational experience if the email solution is viable or not. But we can take that offline. But I feel really good about our next working group. We've got the next Let Us Meet created for our second working group, which I only allowed selecting on a Saturday or Sunday. So make sure that you add your time. I've got a lot of stuff that I need to do to really one of the things that I'm wanting to do. And let me actually add this as a refine how the tokenomics, the 5 times 10K tokens will work for this project. So, and whether we just do a fairly simple, but again, I'll work on refine and document how the tokenomics will work for this project. All right. Well, I don't have anything else. And like I said, currently planning to switch here from using Restream Studio over to Zoom because we'll have a lot more scalability because Restream Studio only allows for 10 participants. And this is something that if we don't get more than 10 people participating, I really like the additional capabilities because I do think that it provides for a more polished experience, and that's one of the things that we'll only hope to amplify as time goes on as far as people participating in our project and stuff like that. So anyway, bringing this out, do you have any final closing thoughts before we bring this to a close here today, Amy?
No, I'm just gonna go over the Hero X material again and see where we can, answer some of the stuff that are there. Just looking into the possibilities.
Absolutely, and we'll start fostering those conversations too, so that we can shortlist who we will utilize for our security token offering, because that's the other main objective is to finalize the collateral required for that, because we're really expecting that to be a more thorough list from a requirement standpoint than the American-made Solar Prize project here. So the ability to do both, and then where we can focus in Q4 of 2023 here, really ramping up our marketing efforts so that we can sell out our security token offering when we do make that available. And like the date that we're really looking for right now is late January, early February of 2024. We feel that would be the best, and that's not based upon anything empirical from an evidence standpoint, but just waiting until after the year when people are back in. It's 2024 now, and the holiday season is over. So that's kind of the thoughts from the time frame standpoint. But we'll have a lot better idea how viable that is when we start getting deeper into those conversations here later this year.
Have a good rest of your afternoon, Jason, Tyler. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Thanks, Amy.
Okay, bye-bye.